This is kind of a story I've been holding my tongue on because I know firsthand what went on, but the media and this college made it such a big deal and made it into, wow, Sigma Sound donated this whole sound library to us, and we're going through it, finding all these gems. And that's not the case because I was the studio manager at Sigma back in 2004. And I remember Sigma used to store tapes off-site at Spring Garden. There was a storage facility over there, and the tapes they don't physically belong to Sigma because the performances on it belong to the record company. So they really can't do anything with the tapes other than store them, and they would just charge the client for that. So Sigma got sold, and the new owner took over, and the people that owned the storage facility got in touch with us, and they said, well, we got this whole container, I mean, really big, of all these tapes. What do you guys want to do with it? And, I got in touch with Joe Tarsia, and he said, we have no use for it. It's, let them keep it. They can do whatever they want, just throw it all out. And we had gotten in touch with a lot of the record companies and told them, these tapes are going to get thrown out because we're not going to pay. They wanted something like $10,000 to, for us to pay for the storage fee for all these tapes. And there was no reason to pay that because we have no use for it and doesn't really belong to us. So we called the record companies, and most of them send people down to go filtering through all the tapes, see if there was any tapes that they should take. And they all went through, they filtered through, but the majority of them were still sitting there. So the owner of the storage place, he wanted his money, and we said, well, we're not interested, sorry, just throw them out. So he was just sitting on it. Well, something happened, and all those tapes got donated, quote unquote, donated to Drexel University. And Drexel University made this big deal about, look at all these tapes that were donated, and they're from Sigma's library, and all these performances that were lost. Well, they don't belong to Sigma. They belong to the record company, and there's really nothing that they can do with it unless they have the permission from the record company to do something with it. So I think the guy that owned the storage facility was, he was kind of an interesting character. He found a way of getting rid of all those tapes without paying somebody to throw it into a dumpster, and cleared it all out for free. So all those tapes went over to Drexel, and they're stored down there now, and they're doing all the transfers and all that. But bottom line, legally, they can't do anything with those tapes. And I just think it's funny that somebody mentioned in the comments that that was nice of Sigma to donate those tapes, and it's not the case. That's the real story. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble, but it's the truth, and that's what happened. So there you go. It's one of those little gems that nobody knew. And I knew this firsthand because I was the one taking the phone calls. I was the one coordinating the whole thing. So it's not secondhand. This is firsthand information. So there you go.